Hello, beautiful, and welcome to the Prosperous Room. Drop a yes in the comments below if you know that you are overcomplicating sales in your coaching business or any service-based business. Drop a yes in the comments below if you want to simplify sales and marketing so you create a consistently sustainable, profitable coaching business that wraps around your beautiful life. In the Prosperous Room, I do what I call Sell Me Your High-Ticket Coaching Offer workshops about once a month. And it's for women in the community, my email list, on YouTube, and anyone who shows up for value in the community. It's a free workshop. So sell me your high-ticket coaching offer. It's interesting. When women show up to the workshop for the first time, they have questions. MiMi, what's the best high-ticket sales script? What are the 10 best questions I can ask so that I can get my clients to say yes? How can I make clients buy? What is the best coaching offer that gets the client to say yes? What is the most profitable high-ticket coaching niche? And of course, how do I ask for the sale? Is it too pushy? Is asking for the sale sleazy? How do I sell in a non-pushy, non-sleazy way? And my first thing is always, let's pause, and let's consider for a moment. Where's the first place we start when we're showing up to serve with love? Who are we serving? Do we understand her? Do we know what she wants and why she wants it? Do we know what she's done that has not worked and why our offer is the best thing for her? Do we know how she likes to buy? Do we know what the best buying experience is for her? Do we know how to sell to her and what that looks like and feels like for her and for us? Do we understand our high-end coaching client? Do we know what to do to make her feel seen, held, loved, listened to, heard, valued? How are we midwifing our gifts? What offer, highest level service offer, are we co-creating so that when she sees it, she knows it's for her? And how are we pricing and packaging and positioning that high-ticket coaching offer to properly disqualify everyone that it's not for, everyone who doesn't want it? How can we repel them now by the pricing, packaging, and messaging and positioning so that the only people who show up in the high-ticket sales conversation are the people who are already a yes? How do we position that offer to be the obvious choice? How do we message? What do we say so she sees the offer as a lighthouse? So we're not chasing clients or trying to look for clients because the lighthouse doesn't chase you. You come to the lighthouse because you return home to yourself. That's where we start. It's not all of it, but it's the beginning. So when I say sell me your high-ticket coaching offer, it's not, oh, the script says, tell me what you want. If I could wave a magic wand, and in 6 months you have what you want, what would that be? No, that's the end. In the beginning, we focus on the client, the positioning, the offer, the packaging, pricing, and most importantly, 100% sales is in the messaging. Who it repels and who it attracts, proper disqualification. And at this time is where when you send that email, do that Facebook Live or the YouTube, this is where the client raises her hand and says, how do I work with you? She will ask you for the sale. The whole point of natural high-ticket sales is for the client to ask you for the sale. It's to pre-sell clients. So when they get into the natural high-ticket sales conversation, they're already a yes. They're getting there because they want clarity on the offer and the results because you're the expert in the thing that you do. And they need to trust you to guide them to trust themselves to make the best decision for themselves. Not to make them buy, but to trust you, to share the nuances of the offer and the results so they know, yes, this is a great fit for me and I am ready to take the next step. So when they get to the high-ticket sales conversation, they've already applied to work with you, right? And on the application form, you say, these are the questions. When you answer these questions, I'm going to get back to you if you're a great fit. And when you get on the call, this is how it's going to go. That's all on the application form. And if I feel like this offer is the best thing for you, I'm going to make you an offer. I'm going to invite you into the offer. I'm going to ask you for the sale. So by the time they get on the call with you, they know what's happening. You build rapport with them. You ask them better questions. You understand why they're there. You help them get 100% clarity on what they want, why they want it. You create a trusted, safe space for them to share their deepest desire, their greatest opportunity, and to be as vulnerable and powerful as they can with their greatest problem and greatest challenge. You ask the questions and you notice the subtle signals, not just the verbal communication, the non-verbal cues, how they get excited, what happens when they're scared and lean back and fold their hands, what happens when they have a question in their eyes. Do you see the question? Do you hear the question? What about the thing they're not telling you by their body language and by their laugh? Oh, how did that just land for them? Are you digging to see what the challenges have been that have kept them away from doing the thing they said they wanted, or having the baby they said they wanted, or the marriage or relationship, or the 100K month? It's not in what they say, it's in the non-verbal cues. That is what natural high-ticket sales is all about. And when they feel safe enough, in two ways, safe enough to say no to themselves, and safe enough to trust you, so to guide you to trust themselves, to say yes to the thing they want, the answer is always say yes, because they're already there, because they know they want the results in that offer. So the key to selling me your high-ticket coaching offer is proper disqualification, understanding what I want, creating messaging that repels everybody that doesn't want it. So when the people that get to the application form get there, it's the people who want it. And the people who complete the application form are the people who are yes. The people who get the sales call with you already know they want it, they just need clarity around what it is the offer is all about. You ask the better questions. You actively listen to them. And then you ask questions based on what they just told you, reflecting it back to them so they know that you deeply hear them, see them, value them, listen to them, understand them, and know them. And you're the person for them, because for the first time in their life, the thing they thought was not available to them, the thing they did not know existed, is now in front of them, and they're going to say a yes, and they will ask you for the sale in the middle of the conversation. And if they don't, how do you sell it to them after you've gone through discovery? How do you sell it to them? How do you ask for the sale? Personally, in my coaching business, because I properly disqualify, and the only 1, 2, or 3 people who get on the call with me are the people who are getting there just to make sure that we're a great fit, I ask them for the sale like this. Not would you like to work with me, or would you like to go further? I assume you did when you got on the call, because on the application it says if you're not ready, don't get on the call. I'm very clear. So the way I ask is, look, I coach on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I have 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. open. Which spot would you like? Or which payment plan or payment option would you prefer? And they choose for themselves. You know why I ask this way? Because they expect their coach to be assertive. They expect their coach to be empathetic, curious, loving, compassionate, generous, and kind. And I'm all of those things throughout the buying process. And the sales conversation, I support them to compassionately and kindly make a decision for themselves with a space to powerfully say a no. And when the no does not show up, I make them an offer, because it's the next step to create the baby, the relationship, the 100K month, the husband, or the self-love or confidence or growth in their faith that they claim they want. And they get the choice to say no to themselves at that point, and that's okay. And you know, when I started 7 years ago, when I got to asking for the sale, after I asked the questions, understood what they want, and I know we're a great fit to work together, the way I sold it to them was, look, would you like to move forward with this offer? Or what would happen if you did not? What would be possible if you said yes to yourself, knowing everything you know right now? That's what I said 7 years ago. Now I just come out straight and say, look, these are the 3 openings I have. Which one would you like? And allow people to say no to themselves. Give them that opportunity. A lot of times, Even though I've pre-qualified and properly disqualified, the client may not be a great fit to work with me because I have one offer. And I'll give them the nuances. I'll draw out all the nuances of working together and the results we co-create. And I'll say, you know what? This is not a great fit for you, but I have a referral for you. And this is why this will not work for you. I have options in the one offer I have. There's 1 week, there's VIP day, there's 18 months, there's 5 years, and sometimes they come in and say, I want to do the 1 year. Well, it's not a great fit for you because you've already mastered sales. You know how to sell. This is a mindset shift, or maybe it's an identity issue we're going to work on. We can do this in a half-day VIP session because the 18 months is not a great fit. So draw the nuances that support them to trust you, to know that you're not going to sell them something just so you can print money. Because in every sales conversation, there are three relationships, at least three relationships that show up. They either become your client, they become a referral, a collaboration, or a joint venture. But there's always a relationship that comes out of a sales conversation when they trust you enough to guide them to confidently say yes or no to themselves, when you drop the agenda to make them buy. So selling high-ticket coaching offers, selling me your high-ticket coaching offer, has nothing to do with a natural high-ticket sales conversation, because 90% of people, women, don't even have high-ticket sales conversations anymore. It's me sending that email and you emailing me back and saying, hey, MiMi, I love this stuff. Can you tell me more about it? How can we work together? That happens a lot. That's them raising their hand to ask for the sale. That's them selling themselves into your high-ticket coaching offer. So when people say to me, how do I sell a high-ticket coaching offer? I say, that's not the question. The question is, what do I do to support my high-end coaching clients to sell themselves into my high-ticket coaching offer and ask me for the sale? That's the natural high-ticket sales way. It's being trusted. It's them knowing you exist and you're not caring about being liked, so you can ask the difficult questions so that you can be assertive without being pushy, be assertive without being sleazy, and be assertive without being overpowering. Let me know in the comments below how this lands for you. And I'm working on my first book, Asking for the Sale, where I dive into all of this. So stay tuned, hit subscribe, and come back for more.